What's in there?
Don't touch, Pecola. It's for our picnic. Isn't it, Honey Bear?
Yes, it is, sugar dumpling.
Sugar dumplings.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
Order without risking your life.
I've been really going back to those early 2000s cartoons these days, itching that faded memory of nostalgia I had when I was a little kid, just faintly remembering certain aspects I've envisioned and whether or not that was actually real or not. Heck, just that 2000s era in general. Ever watch those compilations on YouTube with nostalgia commercials?
Hey there, Hal. Are those Eggo waffles?
Yeah, they are, Nigel.
Have we forgotten something? It's nice to share.
I generally think that the early 2000s were some of the most experimental times for a cartoon to air. The cel-shaded style back then was all the craze. You had shows like Clone High and Invader Zim that were really getting into that zany and edgy humor. But this was also a time for 3D animated cartoons too. Sure, they probably weren't as polished as some newer shows these days, but you can't say that they didn't lack originality. Their unique art style made them stand out from the pack, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. Mainly, one specific show whose characters are pretty much all made up of cubes.
Hi, Mr. Pogowski. Hi, Mr. Pogowski.
Can we get much higher?
In the vibrant world of animation, few series capture the whimsical charm and gentle spirit quite like Pecola. Originally airing in the early 2000s, this Japanese-Canadian co-production set in the fantastical Cube Town introduced audiences to a curious and earnest penguin named Pecola. More than just a children's show, Pecola crafted a unique viewing experience, distinguished by its distinctive cubist art style and its endearing focus on the simple joys and minor mishaps of daily life.
I'll be Pecolius, the great explorer. You can be a mean mummy.
How come I have to be the mummy?
'Cause all mummies are girls.
Whoa, 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 hey!
Yeah, this is definitely hitting that nostalgia for late 90s and early 2000s kids, am I right? This was one of those shows you would watch when you were at home sick from school, and like all the random syndicated shows would be on. But I can safely say that Pecola doesn't really fit into that formula though. It actually has some pretty memorable characters, a fantastic world set around them, and a lot of heart to it too. All done by Japanese director and artist Naomi Iwata, owner of his own studio, Milky Cartoon, which is pretty much known for its papercraft art style. You may know him from his other works like Gregory Horror Show and the lesser known Midnight Horror School.
So I heard this is like some actual GTA shit.
Would you like a room?
No one told me there'd be jump scares in here. Holy shit.
His work is really vibrant and colorful, not just his 3D stuff. But Pecola might be his most important work. Well, that might have some competition with Gregory, I don't know. Now, Pecola actually started out as a PC game titled Paper Pecola, made out of actual papercraft. Wow, that's pretty neat. It also started gaining its own shorts from a Japanese variety show called... It got more insanely popular that Pecola decided to get greenlit for its own personal series. So, I guess you could say this is kind of a spin-off, maybe? I guess you could also say that this is the very first fully 3D anime to ever exist. So yeah, Pecola gets more points for being influential.
Yep, things are going great. Miss Lucky, I'm gonna have to call you back.
Pecola revolves around our titular protagonist, who tries to help out the residents in Cube Town. So, in viewers' terms, Pecola becomes a nuisance to pretty much everyone on the show, causing more havoc than actual good. To be fair, Pecola doesn't really mean to be a menace, he's just drawn that way. Or papercrafted that way? Alongside Pecola, we get a couple of his friends. There's this female penguin named Coco, who is a lot more down-to-earth and level-headed than Pecola, often irritated by Pecola's antics. Rudy, a sly fox, fits that anti-friend trope, as he is seen mocking Pecola and others, and also bragging about how great he is, and also has the best toys out of everyone. Robbie, a rabbit who loves to play video games and should probably touch grass.
It's not just a game. It's Sir Lancelot versus Max von Villainator. Level 1.
Dude, you're a literal rabbit. You should enjoy the outdoors more and less about World of Warcraft.
Okay, Kenny, add Eyes of the Beast to your hotbar.
Bongo, who is a gorilla. Why does his lips look like that? Mr. Iwata, what are you trying to say here?
That's racist!
But probably Pecola's best friend is this mouse named Little Chew, who is probably my least favorite character in this show.
Coco, did you count the emergency flares? Check. Fresh water? Raincoats? Flashlights? Check, check, check. Great.
He constantly complains about certain situations he and Pecola get into, tries to be all, actually, on pretty much anyone that questions his brain power. Guy is full-on ego-driven with the inventions he makes.
I've just gotta make my invention great too. I'll make Grandfather proud yet.
Bro, chill out. No one wants to see your windshield helmet. What a useless piece of trash. We even have more characters with the adults on the show too. We got Pecola, the grandfather of Pecola, who usually is the caretaker of our little penguin. The parents made the right choice there. He plays more of an Indiana Jones kind of role with all the adventures that he partakes in. Then there's Dr. Chew, the grandfather of Little Chew, whose parents also made the right decision in leaving this little Creighton behind. Dr. Chew plays on Pecola' adventurous side with more science and technology. We also got probably the most recurring character on the show, Mr. Saruyama, a monkey who runs a melon stand in Cube Town. Yeah, he definitely gives off Cabbage Guy vibes, doesn't he? Other characters include these tortoise firemen, this lion postman, corrupted elephant mayor Papazzoni, this cat mechanic who Pecola and friends have a huge infatuation with, this depressing wolf poet, oh, I forgot to mention probably my other least favorite character in the show, Gazelle. This vain piece of barnacles who's very rich, owning a jet ski and luxurious convertible, a trashy boyfriend to this giraffe, an aspiring artist who honestly makes Squidward's art look like Picasso. Everything about this character just screams rage bait. I want to slap this goofy looking goat, get out of my face!
Actually, I can't understand how you can be so thrilled about something that doesn't include me.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Pecola's most immediate defining feature is, of course, its distinct cubist art style. In an era where 3D animation was still finding its footing, Pecola embraced this geometric aesthetic with open arms. Instead of striving for photorealism, it leaned into its inherent abstraction, creating a world that was both visually striking and wonderfully inviting. Cube Town in of itself is pretty explanatory. A small coastal village from a much larger cubic city, Cube Town is so relaxing to live in. It kinda reminds me of Woohoo Island for the Wii Sports franchise. You got typical landscapes like an art museum, a lighthouse, this nice looking beach, a freaking canal. In the middle of this island is a huge valley of glaciers, one of the most random landscapes on this island. It's just smack dab in the middle here. Honestly, this leaves a lasting impression throughout its visual aesthetic. Now, this isn't just a stylistic choice, it's integral to the show's identity, making Cube Town feel truly distinct and memorable. It encourages audiences, both young and old, to see the world with different, perhaps more imaginative perspectives.
I'm beginning to think this is all a big mistake!
Shut it down! Hit the kill switch! Those guys never listen, do they, Steamer?
But beyond the unique visuals, Pecola excels in its heartwarming episodic stories. Each episode has a self-contained story, whether it be solely on Pecola or any of his friends or residents in Cube Town. In one episode, Rory the Postman tries to win the award for Best Postman of the Year by not missing a day off work, while another episode revolves around Auntie Yorkshire needing to have a long break, or so Pecola suggests. There's even episodes where characters get first introduced in their own soul stories, like the very first episode, where Dr. Chew creates a Robo-Pecola, an android version of Pecola. Why Pecola for this inspiration? Best not to think about it too much. There's Gola Gola, who everyone seems to be afraid of until he saves Pecola from drowning. Also, this sketchy alligator who takes pictures around Cube Town. Definitely put him on a watch list. But most episodes revolve around Pecola and his duties in heckling the town with his antics. I think one of my favorite episodes is Pecola trying to run for mayor against Papazzoni, with the other residents voting for him as an inside joke, until they find out that he actually won.
Great idea, Pecola! You could fill the town hall with pudding!
I mean, these guys already hate Papazzoni as mayor, why not just accept Pecola as your new overlord? But like, Pecola isn't all that awful. He still has a heart. He's not like Caillou or Dennis the Menace. He still genuinely wants to help his friends out in every possible way. What truly sets Pecola apart from its contemporaries is its commitment to gentle yet meaningful messages. The show doesn't rely on grand adventures or complex villains. Instead, it focuses on small triumphs and minor mishaps of daily life. Pecola learns about responsibility, the importance of his friends, and the consequences of his impulsive actions. Because oh boy does he have a lot of those. The series never shied away from showing that Pecola's well-intentioned plans could sometimes go awry, but every resolution was handled with warmth, a clear lesson learned, and a renewed sense of optimism.
I thought everyone was mad at me.
Of course we were.
But that doesn't mean we don't worry about you, too.
In fact, that's why we were angry at you. Because we care so much about you.
You know, reflecting on Pecola today, I truly believe it was ahead of its time. It seems like Iwata is kind of focusing his time on promoting more Gregory Horror Show, which is a fine action, but he should definitely look at his earlier success in The Penguin Prankster. Its endearing appeal lies in both its themes and overall vibrant abstract style. It was a series that never shied away from showing the consequences of Pecola's actions, yet always resolved with a lesson learned and a renewed sense of optimism. Heck, a lot of the characters learned their lessons in each episode. Even the gazelle realized he was being a D-bag. In a landscape often dominated by fast-paced, high-stakes narratives back in the 2000s, Pecola's quiet charm offers a refreshing counterpoint. It taught valuable lessons without being preachy, and it entertains with a genuine sweetness that's hard to find. Kids might think Bluey is the crown jewel of today's programming, and yeah, that's kinda true, but I do think Pecola also provides a more grounded, and though a little juvenile, still engaging episodic feel that kids can still relate to. A truly flapping good retrospective for any fan of this classic cult children's cartoon. Pecola, don't get too blacked out by those pudding cups, okay?